welcome to Ask Marc. Now, Ask Marc is changing a little bit for the new year. We're trying something new that might hopefully mean that you get your answers to your scuba diving questions a little bit sooner. Instead of one weekly show where I answer 5 questions, it's going to be 1 question per video, released more frequently. It's probably going to be every other day. So we're trying something a little bit different. So yeah, just bear with us. Today I'm answering questions about flying with your dive knife and with batteries. And the question comes from Kenneth Webb, who says, "Hi Marc, love the videos, big fan, and I'm a big fan of you as well, Kenneth. I have a couple of questions regarding traveling abroad by plane. What are the regulations of bringing a dive knife? Seeing it as a weapon, it may get confiscated by customs or airport security. Also, where do you store your batteries and electronics, dive computer, torch, etc., main luggage or hand luggage? Many thanks and season's greetings, Kenneth." Yeah, so traveling on aeroplanes with your dive knife is okay as long as it's checked in, obviously, because it counts as diving equipment. But same thing as traveling by car and you're pulled over, it's best if you have all of your dive equipment with it and not just a dive knife in your glove box. That's going to be a lot harder to explain to the police. Now, for batteries, if you're carrying batteries on a plane, it's best to check with the airline's website first because some are a little bit different. But generally, if the battery is inside the device, the torch or the dive computer, they're okay with it. And they tend to prefer if it's carried on instead of checked. But yeah, with so many things, your dive knife, it's a tool for scuba diving, and as long as you don't just have it on you and obviously not trying to carry it on, you do have to check dive knives when you're going on airplanes. As long as it's with like a mask and a pair of fins or something, then they see enough of it and they see it as scuba diving equipment, so you can explain that quite easily. They shouldn't take it off you. As long as it's not a ridiculous like machete or something, it should be fine. As long as it's a sensible sized dive knife and it's with like a wetsuit, mask and fins and stuff, they'll look at it, they'll go, no, they're just a scuba diver, and they'll let it through. But yeah, not in carry-on. That will get taken away from you. As far as batteries goes, I think it tends to be they prefer it if it's inside of a device, but they will allow it if it's outside, if it's a replacement battery. But I think they tend to be a bit more lenient towards it being in your carry-on, because with all the lithium-ion batteries and stuff getting too hot and actually like exploding, they prefer if it's like there in front of someone instead of inside a pile of bags underneath inside of the airplane, and they don't know until it's too late. They'd rather someone raise that alarm sooner rather than later. But yeah, there's usually, as you go to check in, they have the like the requirements of where batteries and where you should put them, and I think they prefer if it's in carry-on. It depends on the battery size and the style of battery. I say style, whether it's like lead or lithium ion or whatnot. Most batteries nowadays are lithium ion, so yeah, if it's in a device they prefer it, and if it's carry-on they prefer it, so it tends to come with me with carry-on. But double check on the aeroplanes, the air company's website. They'll have a dedicated web page, I guarantee.